considered classified. Now, Russia and China, I guarantee you have the pictures of this submarine for a long time. The submarine was like 30 years old. They had them in the first year. They didn't have to wait for the 30th year. But this is a famous story. And they had these pictures, and they put him in jail. He sent them to his mother and to his friend. His friend was not interested in what you're thinking. And there were many other cases where documents were leaked, even accidentally. It's so, classified documents are so important that even if they're leaked accidentally. Now, Hillary Clinton leaked more classified documents than any human being, I believe, in the history of the United States of America, right? And she deleted 33,000 emails. And she said, oh, and by the way, if you did it, 5 years, maybe more, okay? But you'd never have access to classified. Very few people have access. She deleted 33,000 emails. I kept waiting. Because, you know, they can talk Benghazi, they can talk 100 different things. What people understand is when you get rid of this kind of evidence, so the United States Congress said, they subpoenaed her. They wanted to see her emails. After getting the subpoena, she deleted 33,000 emails. And they said, you remember this? Yes, the emails were about her yoga classes, her exercising, and her daughter's wedding. 33,000 about her daughter's wedding. That must have been the greatest wedding of all time. And nothing happened to her. And yet they'll put a young sailor in an old submarine with a picture, a couple of pictures. They'll put him into jail. And I pardoned him because it was unfair that she was able to do it at the highest level. And his level wasn't, what he did was, it was confidential. Confidential is a much lower class than classified. So I tell you this because it's interesting. This is part of our nation. This is what's going on now. So I'm going to let this process play out. And we want to have a great and fair court system. And I hope you had a fair and, fair and wonderful court system. But perhaps you didn't. Perhaps you didn't. And if you didn't, we want to straighten it out. But we have to straighten it out also at the top level. So we had a lot of dirty cops. FBI is phenomenal. I love the people in the FBI. But the people at the top were dirty cops. And if you would have read the report written about Comey, 78 pages of kill with a reference of, go get him. They really said it, go get him. And then you read about McCabe, and you see what they said, so bad. And we're just waiting. I'm not doing anything. I'm just sitting here, standing here, talking to you, we're waiting. So I just want to let the fake news media know that I just want to let them know, because there's few people more dishonest than these people, I will tell you that. And you have some very good ones. A hell of a lot more dishonest than most of you in the audience were. But I'm going to let the media know that I'm going to watch the process. I'm going to watch it very closely, and at some point I'll make a determination. But Roger Stone and everybody has to be treated fairly. And this has not been a fair process, okay? Thank you. So when I ran for president, I pledged to fight for those who have been forgotten, neglected, overlooked, and ignored by politicians in our nation's capital, and you understand that very well. For decades, no one was more forgotten than citizens coming out of prison who were ready to go into a brand new, beautiful start, but couldn't find a job. They couldn't find people who believed in them. And one of the great things that happened is I and my administration and a lot of very talented people that work with me, we created the strongest economy in the history of our country. We have the best unemployment numbers. We have the best unemployment numbers. For African American, best in history. Asian American, best in history. Hispanic American, best in history. Our country is booming. We've never done better. It's the best economy we've ever had. So when people come out, as an example yourselves, you're going to get great jobs. I'll tell you the end result, and we do studies on this. People with businesses are going to hire you. They want you more than you want them. This is the first time this has happened. Okay. We will make America great again.